Friends, welcome back in this YouTube series on stereochemistry. So, we have seen that chemistry is the scientific discipline involved with elements and compounds composed of atoms, molecules, and ions. Their composition, structure, properties, behavior, and the changes they undergo during a reaction with other substances. So, we have seen that there are two papers. Then, in paper of organic chemistry, the topics are fundamentals of organic chemistry, then stereochemistry. From this video, we are going to start with stereochemistry. So, being the first lecture of this topic, let us have a broad outline of the topic. So, this will be introduction to stereochemistry. In chemistry, there are isomers. In chemistry, the isomers are the molecules or polyatomic ions with identical molecular formulae. That is, the same number of atoms of each element but distinct arrangement of atoms in space. Isomerism is the existence or possibility of isomers. So, in brief, isomers are the compounds having same molecular formulae but different structural arrangement, and the phenomenon related to these different arrangements is called as isomerism. So, isomerism is an essential part of the study of organic chemistry or in general chemistry. There are two types of isomers. One is called as constitutional isomers, in which there is a difference in connectivity. The second type of stereoisomerism is stereoisomerism. In stereoisomers, the connectivity is also same, but the parts are oriented differently in space. In other words, isomers are having same molecular formula but different structural formulae. There are two types. One is called as constitutional isomers, which differ in connectivity. There are stereoisomers which differ in the orientation or three-dimensional structure of the molecule in space. So the term stereochemistry was first coined by Victor Meyer for the study of stereoisomers. We have seen that stereoisomers differ in the arrangement of atoms in space. Connectivity remains the same. So, for study of these stereoisomers, the branch of chemistry known as stereochemistry was originated in 1878 by Victor Meyer. Just for sake of information, we are going to see this historical review. Louis Pasteur had shown in 1848 that tartaric acid has optical activity. What is optical activity? It is the property by virtue of which the compound rotates the plane polarized light in a particular direction, in right or left direction. We will see the details once again. And that this depends upon the molecular asymmetry. So, physically existing two molecules of tartaric acid, two crystals of tartaric acid were identified by Louis Pasteur. So, this was the investigation of Louis Pasteur after the detailed investigation of these two crystals of tartaric acid. And for the first time, this was reported by considering the structure. Then, Van 't Hoff and Lebel had independently explained in 1874 how a molecule with a carbon atom bonded to four different groups has two mirror image forms. So, initially in 1848, the structures were identified by Louis Pasteur. Then, in 1874, the work was extended and it was correlated in this way by these two great scientists, Van 't Hoff and Lebel. Okay. In other words, stereochemistry deals with stereoisomers and with asymmetric synthesis. This is an important aspect of organic chemistry. John Cornforth and Vladimir Prelog shared a 1975 Nobel Prize shared the Nobel Prize in 1975 for work on stereochemistry and stereoisomerism of alkalides. So alkalides are the natural products, and the stereoisomerism in alkalides was investigated, was reported, was discussed by these two scientists, and they were awarded Nobel Prize. Stereochemistry and stereoisomerism of alkalides, enzymes, antibiotics, and other natural compounds was investigated by these two people, and it was appreciated by Nobel Prize. So, so far what we discussed is isomers are of two types. One is called as constitutional or structural isomers. The other is called as stereoisomers. Stereoisomers are spatial isomers. These are divided into diastereoisomers and enantiomers. Diastereoisomers are cis and trans. Then these are conformers or rotamers. We are going to see these details in due course. Okay. How this differentiation is carried out, once again we will see as a part of revision. Compounds having same molecular formula can have different structures. So if no different structures are there, then these are non-isomers. If different structures are there, then these are isomers. If they have same connectivity, then these are stereoisomers. If they don't have same connectivity, these are constitutional isomers. Okay, constitutional isomers and stereoisomers. Next, non-superimposable mirror image relationship. Then these stereoisomers are differentiated as enantiomers and diastereoisomers. We are going to relate these two terms later on. Let us see some examples. So in this case, cyclohexane and 1-hexene are isomers. Propionic acid and 1-hydroxy-2-propanone, these are isomers. And cyclohexane or 1-hexene with reference to propionic acid are not isomeric. Okay. So in this figure we have shown two pairs of isomers. This will clear you the general idea. Then these are some more examples of constitutional isomers. So the compounds are having same molecular formula, that is C6H12. So cyclohexane, 1-hexene, 2-hexene, 3-methyl-1-pentene and 1-ethyl-2-methyl cyclopropene. So all of these have a common formula C6H12, but they differ in the arrangement of atoms, and these are constitutional isomers. Now coming to this topic once again, coming to the scope assigned to us. Stereoisomers, these are divided into two major classes. One is called as geometrical isomerism and other is called as optical isomerism. Of course, there is another class called as conformational isomerism. So in geometrical isomerism, the restricted rotation across a double bond or a rigid system gives rise to two different forms. One form having similar groups on the same side of the double bond, it is called a cis isomer. When similar groups are present on opposite side, it is called as trans isomer. In case of enantiomer, you can have difference in optical activity that we can see in detail. Okay. In optical isomers, or optical activity is the phenomenon in which the plane polarized light is rotated when it is passed through an organic compound. Okay. This figure shows the general schematic. You have a source of light. The light source emits radiations having vibrations in all direction. It is called as unpolarized light. When it is passed through a prism, Nichols prism called as polarizer, after passing through this polarizer, the vibrations in all directions are converted into plane polarized light, that is, there are vibrations only in one direction. This polarized light, plane polarized light, is passed through an organic compound. The compound is taken in polarimeter tube, and after passing through the tube, the plane polarized light is rotated through certain degrees depending upon the structural composition of the molecule, and this rotation is analyzed by analyzer. So the extent of rotation is analyzed. It is called as optical activity, and it can be measured numerically by using this polarimeter. So the property of rotation of plane polarized light is related to optical activity. We have seen in geometrical isomerism there is restricted rotation across a carbon-carbon double bond or a rigid ring system. In optical activity, the plane polarized light is rotated through certain degrees related to the constitution of the molecule. So this shows the mirror image relationship of two different molecules, which is related to optical activity. We are going to see the details. These are the general presentations. These represent the molecule in a particular way where there are projection formulae. These are called as projection formulae, and these are conformational isomers. These are the forms of molecules in which there is a rotation across a carbon-carbon single bond, and this rotation across a carbon-carbon single bond gives rise to a number of structures which can be represented by this particular method, which is called as projection formulae. In short, you have geometrical isomers, you have optical isomers, and these are called as conformational isomers. Geometrical isomers are result of double bond or rigid ring system. Then optical isomerism is related to chirality in the molecule, and conformational isomerism is result of rotation across a carbon-carbon single bond in an organic compound. So in brief, in this lecture we have seen the meaning of isomerism. Isomers are the compounds having same molecular formula but different structural formulae. Compounds having difference in connectivity are called as constitutional isomers. Compounds having different orientations in space are called as stereoisomers. Stereoisomers are of three types. One is called as optical isomer, other is called as geometrical isomer, and third is called as conformational isomer. So the study related to these three isomers is called as in short stereoisomerism. So from next lecture we are going to see the details related to these three different forms. So till then let us stop here. Thank you.